Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the chapter 2 of Geography, Physical Features of India. Dear students, have you ever noticed that India has various land variations? There are mountains, plains, plateaus, desert, and islands. So we have noticed that these are the land variation, or you can say these are the physical features of India. So we'll start with the topic that how India, which we see now in this world map, how did it came and how other continents came out. If it was not there, then where it was. So today we'll know about with a very simple theory of plate tectonic, or which you can say theory of plate tectonic, which was also given another name as continental drift by the scientist Alfred Wegener. As we know that Earth consists of different layers, and in the middle we have the core with a high temperature, and above that we have the mantle, and in the outer layer we have the crust. So on the crust we have plates. Okay, they are floating. We are having plates. So if you are not understanding how the plates are there, then I'll give you another example. For example, of a boiled egg. If you boil the egg and inside you will be seeing yellow yolk, that will be considered to be as the core of the earth. The white portion you consider it as the mantle, and the outer cell, that is the crust, that is the outer layer of the egg, will be considered to be as the crust. So when you want to eat an egg, you try to break it. As you break it, you see it has a crack and it is being divided or splitted into different pieces. So that pieces is called as the plates. In the same way, and they are connected with each other, all the plates are connected with each other in the eggshell. In the same way, on the earth's surface, or you can say on the top layer of the crust, we have the plates which are connected with each other, and they are floating over this crust region. Have you understood this? So you can say that what are plate tectonic? It is a massive irregular shaped slab of solid rock, generally composed of both continental and oceanic lithosphere. That means this crust consists of land and oceans also, some parts of oceanic land and some parts of the land. And these earth surface crust plates, that is tectonic plates, these plates are capable of moving. That means these plates move. So you are thinking that we all stay on the land surface, so when it is moving, why we are not feeling it? But when we rotate, that means the earth rotates, can you feel the rotation? No, we cannot feel the rotation. You cannot know that even when the sun is having when the earth is having a revolution and the season changes, do you feel the changes? That means can you know that we are rotating or revolving around the sun? We cannot feel it. In the same way, when the earth crust is moving or the plates are moving, we don't feel it because their movement is very slow and gradual. That means their movement is little slow. So that is why we cannot feel that, and it moves only 1 millimeter. Can you imagine, in a year only 1 millimeter they are moving? That means the earth's crust plates are moving only 1 millimeter only, not so much. So that is why we don't have any feeling that we are moving. We don't feel the vibration or the drift of the land. So we have to understand that on the earth crust we have plates which move, and because of the movement we got the continents. Because these plates are moving, so that is why we have got the continents which we see now. And you will be also thinking that how these massive slabs of solid rock flow despite their tremendous weight. That means the crust is having so much solid rock, and how can they move? How can they float? This is because of the composition of the rocks. You'll be seeing that continental crust, that is the land crust, is composed of granite rocks which are made up of relatively lighter weight minerals such as quartz. And in the other hand, we have oceanic crust is composed of basaltic rocks which are much denser and heavier. That is why we see that the rocks, or you can say the rock that we have said plates, are massive irregular shaped slab of solid rock that float over the oceanic lithosphere, that is over the crust. The crust, or you can say the continental crust, floats over the oceanic lithosphere. When we are talking about the plate movement, that means because of the plate movement we got the continents. And when we talk about the movement of the plates, we have three types of plate movement. The first one is a convergent plate boundary, the second one is the divergent plate boundary, and the third is the transform plate boundary. In the first one, that is convergent plate boundary, is that when the two plates collide with each other are called as the convergent plate boundary. That means here is this another plate, this is another plate. That means convergent, that means coming to close to it, that means coming together. When these two plates come together, what happens? And they are not small, they are a big large mass of land. So when these two land areas or plates move together or move towards each other, that is called as the convergent plate boundary, and it is also known as the destructive plate boundaries. Okay, and because of this coming collision or colliding with each other, it forms mountains. The second, we have the divergent plate boundary. When two plates apart from each other is called the divergent plate boundary. That means they are moving away from each other. That is called as the divergent plate boundary. And when they are moving away, they form another landforms, and sometimes they form cracks on the landforms, and that is why it is also called as the constructive plate boundary, and it causes fractures in the landform. So you will be seeing that these divergent plate boundaries are always seen in the seas, and we can see that it is found under the sea. For example, I give you that Pacific Ocean's width is increasing every year up to 18 centimeter. That means every year when we measure, we see that it is wide. That means in increasing in the width in every year when we measure it, and this is because of the divergent plate boundary. Now moving to the transform plate boundary. Plates pass each other, they are called transform plate boundary. That means they move cross to it. That means like this. For example, the I'm having showing with the hand that this plate, one plate is this, one plate is this. When the plates come together and they try to move across to each other, and that time when they are moving, or you can say moving in a horizontal way, they form a friction and stress, and because of that it results in the earthquake, and that is called as the, you can say, transform plate boundary, and they are called as constructive plate boundary because they neither destroy anything uh, or you can say destroy in nature or creative in nature, but it is given a name called as the conservative, not constructive, conservative plate boundary. And because of the transform plate boundary, faults are formed, and because of that it results in the earthquake. And now we'll be moving to the other side, that it is clear about that these are the plate movement that happens on the earth's surface, that is earth crust. In the same way, in the geological time, we have seen that India, or you can say India, Australia, then South Africa, South America, and Antarctica were part of one continent. Can you see here? It is a continental belt and an oceanic belt. So you can see that in the very ancient time, or you can say many years or billions of years, the Earth was one landmass. But as the time passed, we have seen that there were plate movements in which it has seen that the plates were divided into two parts, that was Eurasia, and the second one was the Gondwana land. In the Gondwana land, you will be seeing that you have South America, South Africa, India, Australia, and Antarctica. So as you know that every year it move only how much it is, how many centimeter or millimeter, you can say, it was, you find it out, what was that, it moved very little, and because of that drifting these continents were formed back, and it took millions of years to come in contact with, apart from each other, millions of years, because they drifted very slow. The drifting is very slow in the tectonic plates or plate tectonics of the earth crust. So you will be seeing that our India was first joined with the Australia, but it started drifting to the Eurasia part. And what happened, the Antarctica, which was attached with the Gondwana land, it, because of the drifting, it was settled in below, and the India and Australia, as the time passed, started drifting apart from each other, and India moved to the northern side as it was above the Eurasia plate was also there. So what happened when two plates will collide, what will happen, it will form mountains. In the same way, when Indian, or you can say Indo-Australian plate, it was there, when it collided with Eurasian plate, it happened to have what, it happened to form Himalayas, which we call mountain. That means when Indian's plate collided with Eurasia, it formed mountains, which is called as the Himalayan mountains. So you can understand that this is the process how mountain was formed and other physical features were formed on the earth's surface, and how we have variations of landforms on India. So it is all about today's topic. In the next class, we'll be dealing with the physical features of India, that is other parts of the land variation of the India. Thank you.